What's going on, everybody? Finally back again, this time for a thread response. So my good friend Rock Scout across the pond in the UK put out a video in which he showed 10 albums that he calls repeat offenders. And what he means by this is these are albums that tend to get more play than your other albums. Some of your albums might get played, once or twice a year. But these are 10 albums that you go to pretty frequently. And so I would say I listen to these at least once a week. And I'm not, here's a disclaimer, I'm not including Injustice for All. Everybody knows it's my favorite album. Everybody knows I play it all the time. So I'm not including that on the list, but just know it's number one. But I figured I'd show something different because I always show Injustice for All in these videos. So now, some of these may not be my favorite albums, but they might have a song or two or multiple songs on it that I want to hear or kind of get me in a certain mood. I have to have music to do things around the house, like clean, and also I use music as a background when I'm reading comics or doing things with the dog. So I have different albums that set different moods, and so I kind of go to those more often because of the mood that it creates, whether it's a relaxing mood or it pumps me up so I can get up and do things. I suffer from narcolepsy, which some of you know, some of you don't. And so I tend to sleep a lot, and it's hard for me to get motivated a lot of times to do things. And so some of these albums I'll put on to kind of get me pumped up. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Enough babbling. Let's get to the list. First off, I'm going to show a couple of cassettes. First, Zigzags. This is a band out of California. I've shown them before, but it's not a widely known band. But let me tell you, they are awesome. This is self-titled cassette they put out 2014, and it is just an amazing mix of punk and stoner and thrash. There's so many influences they put on there. It's like Kill 'Em All meets Black Sabbath meets what's a good punk band they remind me of? Maybe not really Black Flag. Maybe more like a Dead Kennedys type. So that's definitely one of them. Another one is the Boston hardcore band Gangrene. Hardcore crossover thrash. This album right here really gets me going. It gets me stoked and gets me up, gets me energized. So I really, really dig this cassette a lot. And that was put out in '89 on Road Runner. Next we have John Fogerty, Center Field. Absolutely love this whole album. This is another one I'll put on when I'm doing things around the house. Not necessarily cleaning, but more like laid back stuff like grooming the dogs or something like that. I like to put that on. And it just sets a cool mood for stuff. Another one I'll put on, though, to get really, really psyched up. Queens Rock, Operation Mindcrime. This whole album is great. This is one you can put on, and it's a long album, so you don't have to. You can put on side one and do some things, come back, flip over to side two, and it's going to last a while. And that was '88, I believe. And then we have Suicidal Tendencies mini album, Controlled by Hatred. This is just an awesome album. This album gets me pumped up. And what I really, really dig about this, I'm going to show this. This is color. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's off yellow a little bit. But really, really dig this album. But I put this on. Master of No Mercy comes on. And, dude, it just gets me stoked. Gets me excited. I'm able to get some things done around the house. Maybe I can get this back. I'll fool with it in a minute. All right. Next, Rock Scout showed this one. This is Iron Maiden. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. This is another one. I'll be honest with you on this one. it can get you stoked because the intro to Moonchild kind of it builds and builds and builds, but then when it kicks in, but honestly, I just like to kind of just sit back and enjoy this album. This is one that I can just sit in my recliner and listen to all the way through. It's a concept album, so it tells a story like Operation Mindcrime, but you know, it has these songs that are fast paced, and then they'll slow it down, like with Infinite Dreams, and then they go into some more faster paced or mid tempo songs. So it's an album that you kind of, it has peaks and valleys in it, and I just kind of enjoy just experiencing that album in kind of a chill mode. And then we've got So Far So Good So What. All right, so most people would say, but I thought Rust in Peace your favorite album. It is. But let me tell you, if I want to really get something done and I need some motivation, Into the Lungs of Hell, Set the World Afire, Anarchy in the UK, the first three songs just really, it really gets me jumping, gets me pumped, gets me excited. So I put that on a lot. Another one is Misfits, Static Age. This gets played. There was a while I was playing this every day, I'm not going to lie. And then finally I kind of took it off and put it up and in a sleeve, but it doesn't stay there very long. There's just something about this album that makes me want to hear it so many times. I used to really like Walk Among Us. I mean, I still like it. It used to be my favorite album, but the more I listen to Static Age, the more I think that's probably their best album. Another one that kind of gets me stoked, and it just sounds so good. This album I put on for two reasons. One, it's got great music. Two, it's this full dynamic range repressing they did on it. Holy cow, this thing sounds good. So I'll put on Left Hand Path. Next thing I know, the house is clean, and I still got another half album to go, man. This thing makes me shake and move. Shake and move. And finally, this is one that's, whether it's been cassette, CD, or vinyl, this is just a go-to. This is the standard. Can't get enough of this album. It reminds me a lot of Operation Mindcrime in that I could still put it on and it sounds fresh and new. It's not an album I get tired of. I guess to be in this list, really, none of these are albums that I would get tired of or have gotten tired of. Some are newer, so they haven't gotten as much play, like Misfits, Static Age. But this never gets old to me. Just doesn't. Justice for All never gets old to me. Rust in Peace never gets old to me. I like, some other Megadeth, but I can't. It's not an album that I can listen to all the time like these. And like I say, some of these records serve a purpose for me in terms of setting the right mood. So, anyway, that's my thread response. Hope you enjoyed it. Rock Scout, great idea for a thread, man, and really enjoyed the video. So hope you like mine. Take care. Farley out.